Predicting the Reserve Bank will slash interest rates to yet another record low. But they are also saying the big banks simply can't afford to go much lower. It is, however, another boost to our housing market that's already showing signs of bouncing back from the pandemic.
There's one sure bet tomorrow, and it's not on the big race, but the Reserve Bank.
Yeah, look, the Reserve Bank's been sending up the smoke signals. It will be cutting.
We're expecting the official cash rate to be cut from 0.25% to 0.1%.
The first rate cut since March would mean a new all-time low, predicted to be just 0.1%. But will the banks pass it on?
If you're depositing money in the bank, you're already getting next to nothing. That can't go much lower, which means there's not much wriggle room for the banks to cut costs for borrowers.
Interest rates are now at the lowest they've ever been, and it does mean that banks don't have a lot of headroom to move. They will do what they can.
It is likely to further stimulate the property market. Nationally, house prices have been on the rise. In October, it jumped 0.4%. The strongest performers were Darwin, Adelaide, Canberra and Hobart, while Melbourne was the worst.
It has been a pause in the market rather than an event, and I think once the pause button was released, so were buyers and sellers.
There's signs too borrowers are getting back on their feet. Of the almost 900,000 loans deferred by the banks due to the pandemic, it's believed more than half are now repaying them. Dealing with the pandemic has seen our banks take a hit. Westpac today released its full-year profit of $2.29 billion, down 66% on the year before. But COVID-19 wasn't its only issue. The bank also paid a record $1.3 billion fine for breaching money laundering laws. New records all round. Ursula Hager for 10 News First.
Coles has